Welcome you all to Believers IAS Academy, and in this today's hot topic of the day, we will be discussing about sustainable developmental goals. So what actually sustainable development goals are, and what is the reason why we are studying this, and what is the thing about the sustainable development goals and the report that becomes very important for the UPSC aspirants is what we are going to discuss in today's video. So why is this a news? So recently the UN has launched the Sustainable Development Goals Report 2025. This is published by the UN Department of Economic and Social Affairs, and usually this particular document, the SDG reports, becomes very important for aspirants as they give feeder for your mains. I'm sure most of the students, aspirants might be starting, or let's say they have already started their mains preparation. And no matter what GS paper we talk about in the mains, let's say GS 1, 2, 3, even for that matter, essay, most of the things, most of the feeders, the important informations, the data, you get it. Actually, you can use from the Sustainable Development Goals report. So, as I was speaking, the importance of the SDG reports, this becomes very important because it talks about the 17 global goals adopted by the UN member states in 2015 as a part of their 2030 agenda for sustainable development. So now that we know this much, it is now important for us to understand what sustainable development actually is. So sustainable development simply means it is the development which meets the needs of the present without compromising the ability of the future generations to meet their own needs. Of course, as the definition says, it focuses on enhancing the sustainable development of the present and also the future. So now, this is the set of 17 goals that we were actually discussing about. So first one, discuss about what? Poverty. Second one, zero hunger, good health. Of course, we'll be discussing this in detail going forward. Now this particular definition, of course, this is not important from the examinations point of view, but for general information, you can keep it in mind that this particular definition, the most famous definition, even I still remember reading this definition back in my 6th standard, 7th standard, even 10th standard, because this definition was, let's say, adopted by the Brundtland Commission in its report, Our Common Future 1987. And the major agenda of this sustainable development goals, or let's say what sustainable development is, the major agenda is to ensure that inclusivity, sustainability and resilient future is being planned for the people and the planet as a whole. So in simple, it's only meaning that a future that leaves no one behind. So talking about the sustainable development goals, there are a few core elements on which these 17 goals were formed. So in a nutshell, I can categorize all of them under 5 key pillars, often called as 5 Ps. So basically these 5 Ps are like the guiding lamps to all these 17 goals that was formed. So the 5 pillars, the first one is the people. Second one, planet. Third, prosperity. Fifth, peace. And at the end, partnership. So keeping all these things in the mind, the 17 goals were actually formed. Now let's kind of look at this. People. In order to ensure that every person living is living, let's say every person whosoever is living lives with dignity, lives with let's say has no hunger, and also ensures that the person has good health, and also ensures inequality. So understanding this, we have all these 5 SDGs. Now when you see all the 5 SDGs, top 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, first one talks about no poverty, zero hunger, good health and well-being, quality education, gender equality. So without these 5 basic goals, there is nothing. There is absolutely no meaning for anything else. So the first P, or the first aspect of the SDG goals, is to ensure that people live with dignity by reducing their poverty, by ensuring that they are hunger free. Okay, and then after this, the next is the planet. Planet here means to ensure that the present ecosystem, the present environment is safe and sound, even for the people, those who are living today now, and even for our future generations. So accordingly, we have the SDG goal 6 talks about clean water and sanitization, and we have SDG 7, affordable and clean energy, and then we have 13, the climate action. We have 14, talks about the ecosystem below water, and also we have 15, which also talks about the ecosystem and the plants, animals living above the land. So now both people, planet, safe. So now after this comes the prosperity. Talks about innovation, decent work, and the economy, all of those things. So accordingly, for this we have SDG 8, we have SDG 9, talks about industry, innovation and infrastructure, 8 which talks about economic growth and work, and 10 talks about reducing the inequalities, and we have 11 which talks about sustainable cities, communities, 12 talks about responsible consumption and production. So basically, once people are happy, then we have to focus on the planet by ensuring that we keep our environment clean, safe, and also sustainable. And then comes the prosperity of the people, ensuring that they are fairly treated in terms of at least having basic wages, in terms of having proper employment, and also in terms of ensuring that their social security is in place. Then comes peace. SDG 16, peace, justice, and strong institutions. And at the end, it's the partnership, because all of this is possible only when there are strong ties to ensure proper movement of resources, and even to ensure that there is solidarity between all the nations in order to achieve these kind of goals. So now that we have understood what sustainable development is, the sustainable development goals, we'll also try and understand a few of the global initiatives, the major initiatives that was taken ever since 1972, because this Stockholm conference is the first ever initiative which was taken as a part of SDG goals. And on the very same occasion, you can actually quote this. Let's say you can just write it down somewhere, note it down. Can be like really wonderful if you want to answer a particular question from GS3, the environment, and even for that matter essay. So this was the statement made by the late Prime Minister. It says that it cannot be truly human and civilized unless one looks upon not only all fellow men but all creation with eyes of a friend. So this, in a nutshell, kind of gives an idea of what SDG goals are. Okay, and these are the other few global initiatives that was that has been implemented, even kind of has launched so far. So UNEP, we have United Nations Environment Policy, the Earth Summit 1992, we have Kyoto Protocol, Ramsar Convention, the World Heritage Convention. So of course this is at the global level, and also at the regional level we have certain initiatives being taken by the European Unions. We have ASEAN countries, organization taking few conventions and protocols. And going forward, we will now move into the SDG report of the 2025, and we will actually pay attention to all the key data that is there. So SDG goal 1 talks about poverty. So now what is the understanding? 8.9% of the global population still lives in extreme poverty. So as the condition gotten any better, please do comment in the comment section. Now, zero hunger, nearly 1 in 11 people worldwide faced hunger in 2023. So no improvement. Quality education, 110 million more children enrolled in school since 2015. 272 million children remained out of school in 2023. Is this good? Somewhere it is increasing, somewhere it is also decreasing. Okay. Now, gender equality. Women hold less than 1/3 of global managerial posts. Once again, not that good. We have decent work and economic growth under this. Global unemployment rate dropped 5% in 2024. Of course, it's a good thing. 58% of workers are still informally employed. Only 57% of working age people were employed affecting. Then we have reduced inequalities. High informality and income disparity continue to widen social and economic gaps. So, in a nutshell, it is important that you understand where the world is going towards. By seeing the data, it is very clear that it is not of course, there are few improvements that are happening, but also not to the level that the SDG goals are expected to perform. This is the extract from the SDG report from the recent this thing. So here it gives certain indicators where it shows how every goal is performing. So if we see no poverty, it is stagnating, no improvement. We have this condition of zero hunger, even that is also stagnating. Of course, one good thing is it is not declining. One good thing is that in this entire chart, you cannot see this decreasing trend, which is also good because some improvement is definitely there. Then we can see good health and well-being. Of course, it is moderately improving. And the rest of the things, it is pretty much indicative as to what is happening. But the ultimate agenda is to achieve this, to ensure that few SDGs are achieved and also few are at least on track or maintaining the SDG achievement. So at the end, it is also important that we try and understand the relevance of this topic with respect to the examination, or more or less, if you want to see it this way, SDGs are pretty much similar to the DPSP that we study in Indian polity. Because if you see, DPSP talks about the welfare state, and the SDGs talks about a prosperous world, a better planet, which inculcates, or let's say which incorporates all the essential amenities for the people, not only for today but also for tomorrow. Even DPSP talks about that. And even in terms of the enforceability, can you enforce DPSP? Is it justiciable? No. Even likewise, SDG goals are also pretty much let's say just supportive. It is just indicative. It is just a moral obligation as to achieve that. But still, it is very important that these goals, it is understandable that these are not just goals for the government. They are the goals for all of us, because they connect climate, economy, society, and human rights. So achieving them means we are ensuring safer, fairer, and greener world, not only for ourselves but our future generations. So well, this is all for today's video. So for more interesting content and videos, please follow and subscribe the Believers IAS YouTube channel. And for any other videos that you want to see in the near future, comment down in the comment section. Thank you.